Gentlemen and female gentlemen, welcome one and all, people of all ages, to Assassin's Creed. Yeah, baby. The entire Assassin's Creed story explained, all right? From 2007 to 2025. We are going the entire run through by Founded Scarab over here. So I have been recommended to do this a lot. However, it's important to be aware of something. There is currently Assassin's Creed drama going around with Assassin's Creed Shadows pandering and shit and all that garbage. I think the best thing to do before we get too deep into that rabbit hole is actually understand the Assassin's Creed lore. This is how we did it with Star Wars. We must understand the lore. So I, Lord Nuxanor, being who will consume all of lore, to jump right into it, baby. 10,000 likes for more Assassin's Creed lore. All right, let's see what we got.
Assassin's Creed is a franchise that has been on the go for more than 15 years at this point, and with a once annual release schedule, we have just about the same number of individual games to the series' name. As the series seems to be entering a new phase as we continue to the 9th generation of consoles, this massive backlog of story and content could understandably turn you off experiencing the series.
No! I'm here for the lore! Give me lore! Listen, when it came to Warhammer, do you know why I'm into Warhammer right now? Because there is 30 years of lore for me to dive into.
Because of the sheer volume of lore, narrative, as well as game hours you'd have to go through to fully understand the series is simply ridiculous. Thankfully though, I've had both the pleasure and displeasures of following Assassin's Creed from its very first game back in 2007.
Not the displeasures.
And since...
Okay, I'll be honest with you, my entire experience with Assassin's Creed is, I only have one experience with Assassin's Creed. Other than this one thing, I know nothing about Assassin's Creed. So this was my collab with Anthony Padilla, where he interviewed me.
You do the beat, I'll do the rap. Oh god, that's too good. How many fools have I killed today?
That's the Assassin's Creed experience, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we got. That's it. Yeah, so that one song is my entire Assassin's Creed lore dive.
Since then, I've kept fully up to date not only with the game, but with the novels, side stories, and lore. And so, I have simply too much knowledge about this series without anything to do with it.
Hell yeah, bro! The brain rot! That's what it's all about! Let the brain rot consume you. That's the only way to understand lore.
So today, I thought I'd finally put all of this knowledge and experience to good use by looking back throughout the entire story of the series and look at all the ups and downs, so anyone who wants to can easily understand this vast network of stories. Before we do get into the video, it would really be appreciated if you could hit like, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe with post notifications turned on. And without further ado, let's get into the entire story of Assassin's Creed.
Yo, baby! I love getting into a new series. You don't understand, because Assassin's Creed, there's so many people that love Assassin's Creed, okay? People love this game, love this world, love this lore, and I am ready to dive into it head first. The lore arc of the Nuxanor channel has been literally reigniting my passion to make content. Diving into different lore of different series, finding new gems in media and analyzing that shit. I live for that. So subscribe for more lore.
Begin our story in 2012 with Desmond Miles, the son of the mentor of the Assassin's Brotherhood, an organization that's protected the free will of people from oppression and tyranny for over 2 millennia.
2 millennia?! Assassin's Creed is about some sort of secret 2,000-year-old Illuminati shit of terrorists fucking rebel in governments that are oppressive? That's the overarching... That is awesome! Oh my, I was so not ready for this, holy shit.
Desmond, rebellious in his youth, broke away from the Brotherhood. However, Abstergo, the modern day face of the Templar Order, kidnapped him from his meek life as a New York bartender in order to further the Animus Project.
That makes sense.
A scientific division of the tech giant that explores the genetic memories of subjects through means of the Animus, a machine built using ancient and advanced technology.
What is a memory, Mr. Miles?
It is, it's when my brain reminds me of shit.
It's the recollection of a past event.
Specific to the individual remembering the event.
Yeah, sure.
Right, yeah.
What if I told you that the human body not only housed an individual's memory, but the memories of his ancestors as well?
Oh, shit, we're getting into pantheism, baby.
Well,
collective unconscious.
Genetic memory.
This technology, native to a race of beings known as the Isu, is referred to as pieces of Eden, and the
Yo, that's so interesting.
Animus Project, unbeknownst to Desmond, is secretly intended to uncover lost pieces of Eden via the memories of various people's ancestors. For Desmond itself,
it's a pretty badass lore concept, huh? Like, honestly, obviously doesn't work. Obviously has no scientific basis, but who cares? That's fucking awesome. I love that.
It's Altair ibn La'ahad, a 12th century warrior born into the Assassin Order, which by 1192 is established in the mountain of Massia. After betraying tenets of the Creed on a mission to Solomon's Temple, Altair is stripped of his rank, and in order to regain his Master Assassin status, he is sent by his mentor Al-Mualim to kill 9 targets around the Holy Land. Hunting down each target, it's revealed to Altair through conversations with these men that Al-Mualim himself has been corrupted, targeting Templars involved in the Crusades.
Wait, so are the Templars the same group as this 2,000-year-old fights for the freedom of people? I'm just asking because I don't know. Is that group the Templars, or are the Templars like the enemies? Yes, okay, all right. So the Templars are this ancient organization long before when, wait, they're the secret organization against the Assassins? The Assassins and the Templars are 2 separate groups.
Act as a threat to him taking control of the land for himself.
Because the Templars, they're a religious order, right? The Knights Templar was founded in the year 1119 to defend pilgrims on their way to Jerusalem, with their headquarters located on the Temple Mount, and existed for nearly 2 centuries during the Middle Ages. And, you know, there's all the theories that they're still actually around today, etc., etc. So they were the enemies of this. They believed that people shouldn't have a free will, which falls very well into the idea here.
And so Altair
the Hidden Ones became the Assassins, the Order of Ancients became the Templars.
Confronts his master. It's here when we first see the Apple of Eden, a machine created by the Isu to control the minds of the human slaves they created, which can
Nothing about that sounded good at all.
Go as far as to make mortal men take their own lives. With this power, Al-Mualim controls his brotherhood to obey and worship him, and it's up to Altair to kill his master and
no way, a religious cult? That's crazy.
Free the minds of his assassin brethren. Unbeknownst to Altair though, he himself, through Isu human interbreeding, has a percentage of Isu DNA that not only makes him impervious to the apple's effects, but also allows him to link to the apple, which reveals to him a map of the world that highlights numerous ancient Isu temples scattered across it. It's at this point where Desmond
So we're not fully inside. I was unaware of this. I thought Assassin's Creed was mostly historical fiction. Right, a character that was an assassin that was in some different corrupt part of the world and stuff like that. I didn't realize there was also some sort of more supernatural-esque element to it. Alright.
Is removed from the Animus, as the Templars have uncovered the information they were looking for, and after his purpose is fulfilled, the company prepares to execute him.
No!
However, an assassin insider, Lucy Stillman, is able to prevent his death long enough for her and Desmond to escape Abstergo's Rome facility.
Based! God, so these assassins are really everywhere, and no one knows who each other are.
And return to the Assassin Order. Escaping his kidnappers, Desmond and Lucy rendezvous with an assassin cell in Italy, comprised of Rebecca Crane and Sean Hastings, who together with Lucy would set up a headquarters where Desmond could continue reliving the memories of his ancestors in order to train him the skills of an assassin via the bleeding effect.
Yo, that's so fucking cool. Holy shit, dude. So he's learning how to become an assassin through the memories that were unlocked. Freaky cult guy.
Desmond would enter Rebecca's self-proclaimed Animus 2.0, where he'd relive the memories of Ezio Auditore da Firenze, a Florentine noble and banker's son who, along with his brother Federico, saw himself in constant feuds with rival family the Pazzis. After the Templar Francesco de Pazzi was accused of murder in 1776, the Templar Order in Italy would target Ezio's family, as his father Giovanni was a known assassin and an influence on Francesco's imprisonment.
Damn, so it really seems like throughout history, these assassins kind of squash the powers of the assassin. The assassins are always fighting for the freedom of people, and the Templars really seem to be fighting over the control of people, even on a subconscious level. The assassins are everything that the Templars hate.
Political influence, the Templars would have the Auditore family accused of conspiracy against Francesco and executed.
These people, they'll stop at nothing. They'll stop at nothing. God damn.
Executed in front of the Palazzo della Signoria. Thankfully, Ezio was able to escape this execution, with his mother and sister escaping to a local brothel, where Ezio would learn survival skills from Paolo.
That's survival skills, all right. I have learned survival skills from all of the best whores in the city.
Utilizing these skills, as well as a repaired hidden blade, to find and kill the man responsible for his family's betrayal, Uberto Alberti, Ezio would get the rest of his family out of Florence and to his uncle's villa in the Tuscan town of Monteregione.
That's such a cool concept, like the idea that he's fighting for the freedom and justice of his family that was wrongfully killed because they were fighting for the people.
Don't you recognize me? It's me, Mario!
That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Please tell me that's not real.
Where his heritage as an assassin and the wider Templar conspiracy would be revealed to him. As his
He really is Mario? You're joking, right? No, that's not real. Wait, what? No.
Uncle Mario trained him in combat, he would reveal to Ezio a plethora of codex pages written by Altair with the aid of the Apple of Eden centuries prior. And although Ezio paid little mind to it, he would be slowly convinced to stay in Italy and fight to honor his heritage by avenging his father and brothers.
We sail for Spain in 3 days.
But Nipote, I have given you these skills that you might be better prepared to strike against our enemies.
And if they find me, I will.
You want to leave Ezio? To throw away everything your father fought and died for? To deny your heritage? Arrivederci e buona fortuna.
Uncle, wait! Why is he...
Damn, what a legend! What a legend! Bro! This dude finally managed to get talented and connected enough to escape. And he said, you're really gonna escape? You're really gonna leave? Leave your family to never find justice? It's a me, Mario!
He's so upset.
How can you not be?
Wah!
Vieri's been harassing us ever since you first arrived. To be expected, I suppose, given his heritage.
Over the next decade, Ezio would travel throughout Italy, from Tuscany to Venice, and with the help of numerous mentors and contacts, would hunt down the Templars who played a part in his family's collapse.
What a fucking G. What a legend, this guy. Actually going around. That's an Assassin's Creed game, brother. That's a good lore. Because you could support this man. Mario is never the same after losing Luigi. True. But the point is, like, you could so entrench yourself into this man's life. Had everything taken from him. His heritage of assassins were all killed out by these Templars because of who they were. This is the ultimate revenge story, also fighting for justice.
Until finally, in 1486, with Leonardo da Vinci's help, he would come—
What? With Leonardo da Vinci's help? This is so awesome. Ezio meets Leonardo da Vinci? What the shit? That is so sick.
to realize the Templars' larger plan, to uncover a piece of Eden and
Wait, is Leonardo da Vinci a femboy? That's even better, bro!
take full control of Italy. Tracking down the apple that the Templars found, Ezio would come face to face with Rodrigo Borgia, the leader of the Templar Order, and in the midst of fighting him, he would be joined by the many mentors he met over the prior 10 years. As Niccolo Machiavelli would reveal to him, each of these mentors were members
Machiavelli is a character? Machiavelli? That's so sick. I hope that guy comes up with some good strategies.
of the Assassin's
They named the entire Machiavellian philosophy after Machiavelli.
Brotherhood, and not only was Ezio destined to join them, but he was also the foretold prophet written of in Altair's Codex.
I couldn't care less about your prophet. He never showed up.
No? But you did.
What?
Oh! What an insane line! Wait, I am so confused. Hold on. How was this not... Is this why Assassin's Creed is such a beloved franchise? This game looks like straight fire. Like, unironic straight fire. It's like, I came to save you because your prophesied savior didn't come. Fuck, that's so good.
A prophet's arrival was foretold. And unbeknownst to us, here you are. Perhaps all along, you were the one we sought.
After being
Shit, bro!
fully inducted into the Brotherhood, Ezio would be tasked with finding the remaining Codex pages scattered around Italy, and after another decade of training, he would eventually come into possession of them thanks to a map obtained by Caterina Sforza during the occupation of Romagna. After aligning each of the pages, the apple would reveal to Ezio a map of the world.
This is like the most insane combination of national treasure mixed with fucking eminence and shadow. That's so sick.
Similar to the original map shown to Altair, with temples highlighted across it, most importantly one in the center of Rome. Rodrigo Borgia, who by 1499 had used his resources to become Pope, sat with the staff of Eden, aka the papal staff, in
Bro became the Pope? Charisma 1000. That's fucking crazy.
his possession. And so Ezio would be tasked with infiltrating the Vatican, where he would defeat but spare the leader of the Templars, as well as uncover a vault which showed him a message from the ESO scientist Minerva, which warned of an oncoming catastrophe, before directly communicating with Desmond himself.
Done. The message is delivered. We are gone now from this world. All of us.
Bye.
We can do no more.
Bye, Cosmic Space Lady.
The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What? Who is Desmond?
No, they give you the whole fucking speech. The entire speech. Then, wait, who's that? It's like, I loved you. You were my everything. Thank you so much for being here. And it's like, wait, what? Who's Frank?
don't understand. I have so many questions.
Before either Ezio or Desmond could comprehend this message, however, the Italian assassin's headquarters would be attacked by Abstergo, forcing the assassin cell on the run, where they'd eventually end up settling in the underground remains of the Auditore's Monteriggioni villa.
It really kind of seems like this is the cycle of the assassins. They take down a corrupt leader, an oppressive force, they free the people that are under their command, ultimately they have to run away, and they will forever be on the run, forever be in the shadows. They will never know true peace or harmony.
During his first stint in the Animus 2.0, Desmond also came across mysterious coded files within the Animus software, left
strange naked women jumping around
in a memory core by Clay Kazmarek, Abstergo's previous Animus subject. Decoding each file, Desmond would uncover a fully realized video file which showed a man and a woman sprinting through a futuristic factory. The file itself, a remnant of the world prior to the Great Catastrophe, when the Isu still controlled the world. The men and women, Adam and Eve, the first two humans to break the enslaving mind control of the Apple of Eden, and the catalysts for the human-Isu war. Within these—
What? Adam and Eve weren't the first humans? They were just the first humans to break free of the Isu mind control? Okay, that's a mindfuck. I was not expecting that even a little bit. Holy shit.
These files also lay a cryptic message from what seemed to be Subject 16 himself.
Compiling subsystems, infrastructure, tendons, heart.
That's why it's called the Apple of Eden. It's the gift of free will. They escaped from their minds. They finally obtained free will.
Voice. Subject 16?
Yes. Yes. Subject 17.
You're dead. I saw your blood.
No time. It is far later than you know. Too late to save them.
Who?
She is not who you think she is. Everything you hope to become, everything you hold dear, it's already gone.
God damn.
Explain. Please.
Eden. In Eden. Find Eve. The key. Her DNA.
Oh shit.
Tell me.
I cannot. The sun. Your son. Too weak. Must replenish energy.
Don't go.
Bye.
I am with you till the end. Find me in the darkness.
Okay, that's not cryptic as shit. Eating these nuts. Alright, dude.
As the gang reached safety, Desmond would be forced to re-enter the memories of Ezio to try to make sense of the message and uncover yet another piece of Eden before Abstergo found the group. In order to synchronize with his ancestor, Desmond would return to the Vatican's vault, where Ezio was left to fight his way back to his hometown. Reaching Monteriggioni, it seemed to Ezio for a while as if his battles were finally at an end, but after reporting back to Machiavelli and the rest of the assassins, it was clear that his decision to spare Rodrigo Borgia would be one with dire consequences.
This is why you end the bloodline. If they're a really bad motherfucker that caused the deaths of a lot of people, you fucking annihilate them. You do to that guy what the CIA did to John F. Kennedy. God damn it. Oh no.
Consequences which would come only the next day, with the papal army striking the villa and Rodrigo's son and head of the papal guard Cesare Borgia taking the apple from Ezio's uncle Mario before executing the man in the street.
They killed Mario! No! Dude, these assassins have some rough ass lives. Bro, these guys are freaking brutalized. Mamma mia! Wah!
Ezio would be able to evacuate a large portion of the town's civilians using its hidden passages, and began making his way to Rome in order to regroup with Machiavelli. However, thanks to wounds he sustained in the fight, he'd pass out on the street. Waking up in a mysterious home, Ezio found himself being tended to by a stranger, who'd inform him that a man found and carried him to Rome, along with leaving behind a set of white robes and a hidden blade. Re-equipped, Ezio would explore Rome and find his assassin allies across the city, including his sister, who against his wishes brought herself and her mother to Rome in order to help Ezio, and after she'd become the head of the biggest Roman brothel, Ezio would build a network of courtesans, thieves—
Yes! Yes, my whores! Raid the capital, pillage their flesh!
Ah, yes. My prostitutes are armed and ready for battle.
and mercenaries throughout the city.
No, but it is pretty awesome to think that the assassins are like, it's almost like it's some sort of divine justice that keeps them as forever in the shadows, forever in the underground, you know? Like these guys, they never catch a break. No matter what victories they have and whatever, they will always suffer from the shadows, trying to make the regular people have some sort of freedom in their lives. Well, they just continue to get manipulated by everything.
Progressively tearing down the oppressive Borgia influence, as well as recruiting downtrodden citizens to the Assassin Order to aid in his rebuilding of the ancient city. Over the next 7 years, Ezio and his rebuilt Brotherhood would play an underground part in the Italian Wars, aiding efforts against Cesare's tyrannous conquest of the country, before Ezio would finally infiltrate the Castello Sant'Angelo to find the head of the Papal Guard killing his own father.
That makes sense. Classic people taking over countries kind of shit. But it is really cool to see that every single time there is some sort of tyrannical government or some sort of occupation of some sort, that is where the assassins are, and that's where the assassins actually need to work hard. And they're gonna work so hard, they're gonna take down the leaders of these to save as many people as they can from a life of enslavement. And then they have to run and move. Ultimately, they're gonna lose their loved ones. It's a terrifyingly tragic, sacrificial life.
Following Cesare, Ezio would uncover the stolen Apple of Eden, giving the assassins a powerful tool in fighting the Borgia's forces, as Cesare would fall seriously down the oppressive Borgia influence, as well as recruiting downtrodden citizens to the Assassin Order to aid an underground part. Following Cesare would fall seriously ill and eventually be arrested by Fabio Orsini under instructions from the new Pope.
No.
Before his imprisonment.
Dude, so a Pope, is the Pope always the bad guy in the Assassin's? I feel like it's always the Pope sitting up there with his pointy hat.
Cesare claimed he couldn't be held by chains, and Ezio's suspicions led him to tracking down the military captain at the siege of Vienna, where an escaped Cesare's life would be left up to the hands of fate.
Requiescat in pace.
You cannot kill me! No man can murder me!
I love those people. I am no man. Fucking pulls a Lord of the Rings on his ass. Dude looks like Italian Keemstar, not even gonna lie.
Then I leave you in the hands of fate.
I will not kill you! Gravity will! Ever heard of fall damage? No man can kill me. Have you checked my Twitter bio? It says she, her. No!
Seeing the chaos and destruction the apple caused, Ezio felt it best to keep it out the hands of men until it was truly needed, and so hid it within a vault in the Temple of Juno, where the apple would sit for 500 years, until Desmond and the team, with the aid of cryptic messages left by Desmond's ancestor, would uncover the vault. Stepping into the vault, Desmond would be greeted by messages from Juno, the third member of the Capitoline triad of Isu scientists, whose messages could only be seen.
I love that they keep calling them scientists. This is magic shit, okay?
Seen and heard by Desmond.
Boss, look at the Assassin's Creed clip. I have the instrument to make more. It's a clip of the best quote of all time. Oh, I have the instrument to make more.
Where are my children? Let them go!
Of course, Signora. We'll happily give them back for something of yours.
Oh,
a certain map and a certain apple. A certain apple indeed. Or shall I slice your baby's necks ear to ear?
Yikes.
Bastardi! You think you can threaten me? I'll give you nothing! You want my children? I have the instrument to make more!
What the frick? She's a monster! What the frick was that?
I have the instrument to make more. Shows them her pussy. Yes! Take them!
Bro has nothing to say.
When you change your mind, they'll be in the village outside the city. You have 1 hour.
Actually built different. What the hell was that? Oh my god. I have the instrument to make more? Holy shit. Intimidation tactics going crazy.
Guiding him to the apple, Juno would speak in code and riddles, speaking of one that Desmond will be accompanied by, a woman who lies not within our sight.
A woman from out of sight? That just sounds like all of your girlfriends.
Podium, the rest of the gang froze in time, and he lost control of his own joints, as Juno would use the apple to manipulate Desmond, forcing him to walk to Lucy before igniting his hidden blade and striking her down before collapsing into a coma.
Who we abhor and honor. The final journey commences. There is one who would accompany you through the gate. She lies not within our sight. The cross darkens the horizon.
Alright, sure.
What are you doing?
The path must be opened. You cannot escape your part in this.
What? It's forcing her to kill someone?
Scales shall be balanced.
Stop, please.
You know very little. We must guide you. your struggle.
Desmond will lead you to the apple, and then you bring it right to us.
No!
We're counting on you, Lucy. You have served the Templar Order well.
Oh, shit.
And we never forget loyalty.
Oh my god. It controlled him and forced him to do that? Brother. It's like they are fighting for the sake of freedom and free will and free lives and free minds. And here he is, mind controlled to kill his own wife?
It is done. The way lies all before you. Only
she was a double agent? You must kill her? That's crazy.
She remains to be found.
Not the kind of penetration Desmond wanted to give her? Oh god.
Awaken.
It's okay, it's okay. He could just make more.
The 6th. Go. Alone.
With the help of Desmond's father, the leader of the assassins, William Miles, Rebecca and Sean were able to save Desmond by placing him back in the Animus, which temporarily maintained his vitals. Within the Animus, Desmond found himself lost in a desolate corner of the inner code of the machine known as Animus Island, where he met Clay Kazmarek, otherwise known as Subject 16, the last man to enter the Animus project before Desmond, who had been stuck within the code of the Animus for years without hope of escape.
Dude, imagine being crazy. Okay, I don't have to imagine that, but imagine being stuck for eternity in this Animus computer program alone.
It would be revealed to Desmond that his synchronization with Ezio was incomplete, that there was a memory Desmond needed to relive to achieve a sync nexus, to gain full understanding of the reason for his and Ezio's inextricable link across time.
There. That thing is your way out.
You're screwing with me.
Here's the problem.
Oh.
Your brain is hash. Too many ghosts in your head, too many voices.
Real.
You claw your way back into the stored data, you find unfinished memories, and you crack them open. Finish what you started, until your ancestor has nothing left to show you. That is a sync nexus.
Damn. So go through the infinite... This is like, go through Morty's mind blowers until eventually you run out of memories that are incomplete so that you don't constantly have this ancestral babble in your head fucking with you every single day.
And when you find it, the Animus can separate Desmond from Ezio and Altair and send you home. Back to your body.
How do you know all this?
Because it happened to me. But my body, it's worm food now. So I'm stuck here.
He was here for so long, his body turned into a corpse, died and rotted before he succeeded finishing the memories. So his conscious is trapped in this weird matrix for eternity with no body to return to. Oh my god, that's so sad, this poor guy.
A word of warning?
I had no idea Assassin's Creed was anything like this. I thought it was just assassins fighting, like, I had no idea it had all this weird mind conscious shit.
When you step through there, everything changes.
Dude, I'm so scared as we get through this video because so many people believe in this insane fall off that happened to the Assassin's Creed games. I can't hear people talk about Assassin's Creed without talking about how shitty they became. This is why Assassin's Creed has a cult fan base. Because the early games are fucking awesome. They're cool as shit. These concepts are amazing. I love lore in video games because the gameplay and all, that's fine. But what really sticks with you is the story and the experience of the game. The ambiance and shit. And this matters so much.
Nothing feels normal. But you are still in control, and it's up to you to find your way out.
Right.
If you hurry, you might make it back in time for Lucy's funeral.
What?
Oh my god, why is he gonna be an asshole like this?
Ah! Oh, I thought you knew.
Lucy.
Yeesh. Wait, so this dude's really just watching everything. He is sitting in the cuck chair in the mind of this assassin just watching.
I'm so sorry. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was that voice. Juno. She took hold of me. She made me. What am I doing? What have I done?
This would lead Desmond back into the memories of his mentor ancestor.
Oh fuck, and he has to through his memories. Damn, what an insane concept.
Where he found Ezio exploring the home of Altair and the Levantine assassins Masyaf, now overrun with Templars who seeked the same thing as Ezio, the secrets of the library hidden in the depths of the castle. Despite taking on the Templars, Ezio would prove unable to overcome them all, and so escaped the Holy Land to travel to the crossroads of the world, Constantinople, in an...
This is AC Revelations? Wait, this is the next game? Was this actually the next? Bruh, that's so sick. So there was really a continuing storyline and like evolving lores and shit. This is the third game now. Wait, and the new Assassin's Creed just takes place in Japan? Fitting into the culture of what the Assassin's Creed games actually are?
Attempt to uncover the keys to the library. Whilst in the ancient Queen of Cities, Ezio would meet a bookkeeper by the name of Sophia Sartor, who unbeknownst to her, had passage to an ancient vault under her shop. A vault built by Niccolo Polo, who as it turns out was tasked with hiding the keys to the Masyaf library. Sophia, driven by a curiosity and passion for life, would form an immediate connection with Ezio, who would begin rethinking his position in the Brotherhood as he aided the Turkish Brotherhood in the fight against the Templars. After uncovering each of the keys and coming into conflict with the Sultan of Turkey, Ezio and Sophia would resign to Masyaf, where Ezio would come into contact with the remains of Altair, and for a moment, Desmond, Altair, and Ezio would share a room. Discovering another piece of Eden, Ezio would resist the urge to take the apple, stepping back and speaking out to Desmond. That name
because he actually found someone that he wants to spend time with.
He heard all those years ago in the vault. Ezio would remove his bracers and weapons, declaring he finally understood his higher purpose in the world, and finally moving on from his life as an assassin after passing on the Isu's final message to Desmond, a warning of the oncoming catastrophe that could, if left unopposed, destroy the world.
Dude, so he did his job, he succeeded in his assassinhood, and it's his job to, and at this point he just kind of wants to live a normal life. He's retiring from being a YouTuber, he's passing on the torch and programs to make good thumbnails to the next generation, and he moves on.
Do you hear me, Cypher?
Oh, what?
Can you see me? Ah, there you are. Good. A strange place, this nexus of time. I am not used to the calculations. That has always been Minerva's domain. I see you still have many questions.
Yeah, I would too if I was talking to freaking hologram Zeus over here.
Who were we? What became of us?
Yeah.
What do we desire of you?
Yeah.
You will have your answers.
That's nice.
Only listen, and I will tell you how. Both before the end and after, we sought to save the world.
Bro.
We built vaults within which to work, each dedicated to a different method of salvation. They were placed underground to avoid the war which raged above, and also as a precaution should we fail in our efforts. Each vault's knowledge was transmitted to a single place.
All right. You know what this definitely does? This absolutely does, it gets across this idea of such a much bigger deal than yourself. You're an assassin fighting for the good of people. I don't know how many people you could save in your life. I don't know how many people you could affect with your actions, how many fights you could fight, and actual cases of justice could be implemented in the world because of your hands and what you're doing. But the thing is, you are part of something so much bigger than yourself. That's really what this entire scene is really getting across to me. There is some massive plan in the world, and we need all the players to do as much justice as they can for the world to eventually reach some sort of peace or zenith or whatever. Your little actions are directly contributing to... That's such a beautiful philosophy and idea.
It was our duty, mine, Minerva's, and Juno's, to sort and sum.
So are these actually the Roman gods talking to him right now? Like, are they canon?
All that was collected. We chose those solutions which held the most promise and devoted ourselves to testing their merits. 6 we tried in succession, each more encouraging than the last, but none worked. And then the world ended.
Seeing this message, Desmond would finally reach a sync nexus with Ezio and Altair, waking him from his coma with a clear understanding of his task, as himself, Rebecca, Sean and William would reach the Grand Temple, the hub of research for the Capitoline Triad of Minerva, Juno and Jupiter. Despite being able to
So they really are the Roman gods, and they are somehow giving messages through them, through these, the gods are canon, and they are seemingly delivering messages to them through their subconscious. Like when they attach to the ancestors and shit, like it really seems like they are uniting with them and their subconscious to connect all life in some way and find some sort of nirvana.
Entered the temple with the aid of the Apple of Eden, Desmond and the gang would face an obstacle to the global Aurora Borealis device, the pedestal created by Minerva that would manipulate the numbers that made up existence into creating a protective shield over the Earth that would protect it from solar flares.
Alright, so now we're in Assassin's Creed 3. Dude, it's so dope watching the game world develop. It really does do a good job connecting them. Each story and adventure seems so completely separate, but ultimately it does make this massive spiderweb of the little teeny impacts these assassins had throughout history to put the world in the right direction. That's, again, based on what I was just saying earlier, I feel like that's kind of the major theme here. It's that even if you do one tiny bit of good, that connects to the tiny bit of good that everyone else is doing as well. You are contributing something positive to the world by doing one good deed. One act of positive. Every single one of these games, even though it's not even necessarily the same characters that are continuing their journey, you're ultimately contributing to this ultimate goal of bringing some form of nirvana into the world, some sort of greater peace, a higher plane of existence than would have been otherwise, that you are contributing to by doing your little deed of justice matter. And I really feel like that's kind of what Assassin's Creed is kind of saying. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from this lore.
Fucking hell, sometimes I do understand why people stop paying attention to the modern day plotline. Regardless, thanks to the consciousness of Juno also being trapped within the Grand Temple, it would be revealed to Desmond that the key to the door to the pedestal could be found by reliving the memories of another of his ancestors, Haytham Kenway, a high-ranking member of the London Templar Order who would come into possession of the key in 1760, and would subsequently travel to the—
Wait, so this assassin guy's ancestor was a Templar?
American colonies to try to uncover the Grand Temple's secrets. Oh yeah, the Grand Temple's in New York, by the way. Why is it in New York?
Because New York is the main character of everything, okay, haters?
Because Ubisoft wanted to make an AC game set in the Wars of Independence. While in the colonies, Haytham would meet
Makes sense to me.
a Native American woman by the name of Zio, who he would smash into high heavens.
Dude, no! No! He was an assassin who became a Templar. Oh, okay, I got it. But, oh my god, dude, don't say that. Don't say that.
To the birth of his son, Ratanakate.
She could make another.
He would later take up the name of Connor Kenway. As a boy, Connor would see his people's land invaded by a group of Templars led by Charles Lee, who were searching for the entrance to the Grand Temple. In an effort to confront them, Connor would be knocked out, only to wake up to see his village being burned to the ground and his mother unable to escape the fiery wreckage. Understandably, a young Connor would assume the burning of his village was caused by the same man he just met, and so would develop a vendetta against the Templars for the rest of his days.
Including his father. Wait, so this guy is technically an ancestor, like a descendant of this assassin line due to the father that raped a poor Native American woman? Shit, dude, that's fucked up.
Even after he found out that they actually had nothing to do with it and George Washington actually had his mother killed. Awkward. Nonetheless, Connor would commune with Juno using a crystal ball bestowed on him by his village's elder, who would lead him to seek out the assassins in the colonies. And after being trained by Achilles Davenport, Connor would go on to rebuild the American Brotherhood, killing both his father and Charles Lee, and acquiring the second key to the Grand Temple, which he would bury at the Davenport homestead for Desmond to uncover 200 years later. Making their way to the pedestal, Desmond and the gang would come into contact with holographic representations of the consciousness of both Minerva and Juno.
Of course. All right. And here's where it all links back up to each other. All right. Because ultimately, again, no one's actions exist in a vacuum. Your actions are activated in tandem with the actions of everyone else throughout all of history. But dude, what an incredible premise for a main character of a video game.
One warning Desmond against communing with the pedestal, the other encouraging it. Minerva cautioned him that if he activated the machine, Juno's consciousness would be let free from the temple, and she'd be free to enslave humanity. Which is—
That's bad! That's bad! Enslave humanity, bad!
Kind of a weird thing for Minerva to be up in arms about, considering the Isu made humans to literally be slaves, but hey, I guess she was one of the good ones.
While we worked to save the world, she sought instead to conquer it. She used our machine to set her plans in motion. Divination through numbers. There is a pattern to existence, To comprehend the calculations is to tame time. This was my focus. And so I built the eye to aid us. But she turned it towards her own ends. When we discovered her treachery, we put a stop to it. And then we left. But first we called to you, that you might try again. We thought it would be safe with her gone.
What a fucking... But these people don't care about humans. This kind of feels like they're just kind of pulling your leg here. None of these are good guys. None of them care about humanity.
Now I see we were deceived. She survived, she endured, and then she began to work. For centuries, Tinia and I walked the world, hoping to rekindle the spark of civilization. We shared what we knew as best we could. We were not the only ones, but for all the power we wrought, still death would claim us. But before it did, I would have one last look to know if we had succeeded.
That's how you're here now?
I had hoped you might find this place and finish our work. But it is too late. You and the Templars have squabbled over our refuse. You have wasted centuries, and so you have lost your chance.
Damn! Damn! They going hard!
You cannot hope to stop the end now, Desmond.
So it's like, the inevitable is happening, nothing you do really matters, we created you anyway, and we will do whatever the fuck we want to do. You will just do my dirty work for me, because why the hell not? It's not like you have a chance anyway. Oh my god!
Only to survive.
She's lying!
Only touch the pedestal and the world will be saved. Better the world burn than she be loosed upon it. Is that so?
Bro, you're just listening to these two women fighting with each other this entire time. What are you supposed to do? What do you do? Oh my god.
Show him then.
But he will not understand. It is complicated. It is...
Show me.
Uh-oh.
If you heed Minerva, the sun will have its way. The ground will crack and spit fire into the sky.
No, not good.
All the world will burn. But this does not end the world, merely heralds its arrival. Darkness follows. Then you emerge, resolving to lay a foundation that such a tragedy does not befall the world again. You will become a symbol to those who survive. Hope, knowledge, determination.
Why do I feel like this isn't such a good thing? It's just like, all right, let the galaxy burn, but at least you'll be a symbol. Problem solved.
Inspire them to rebuild, to thrive once more.
Yeah!
And as
Dude, this fucking Eren Yeager was on this shit. What is even going on? Eren was high on Juno juice.
As the world heals, so too will humanity.
Yeah, and then that's how the Imperium of Man begins. Dude, what the frick? This is the Frenzy Flame ending in Elden Ring. I don't understand.
But you are just a man, frail and mortal. You pass from the world, leaving behind only a memory. A legacy. You will be remembered first as a hero, later as a legend, and in time, as a god.
Heed these words or perish as a heretic! Burn them with the heavy flamer!
It is the cruelest fate to have written words that meant well and see them made wicked and unwise. What was meant to encourage life, used instead to justify taking it. And so now you see that what was shall be again.
Dude, is this entire plan? It's like, all right, so there's this religion. It's kind of cringe. We want you to wipe out humanity and start it anew.
So tell me, how is this better?
Bruh, Desmond out here, poor guy. I would hate to be in this dude's position. Holy shit. No, no.
Nonetheless, Desmond knows what he has to do, activating the global Aurora Borealis and protecting the Earth. At least—
Yes! Yes! Based! Listen, I believe that humanity is naturally good, all right? I do not believe in the idea that humanity has no way of survival, all right? Long live the banks, as Senator Palpatine said.
Long live the banks!
Thank you, Senator Palpatine. Bro, dude, humanity can always thrive. Call me cringe. I believe humanity can fucking be incredibly shitty.
at least temporarily from the oncoming solar flares. As the rest of the assassins escaped, an Abstergo team would infiltrate the temple to discover Desmond's body, which they'd strip the DNA of to utilize in new Animus projects.
So he died doing this? Wait, so the two options were, one, start the rumbling and start over as a king, die protecting humanity and be remembered as a villain. Wow, what a crazy, crazy twist. But that's what an assassin is. An assassin lives and dies in the shadows so that us mere mortals can live a real life. That's what the assassins are supposed to be.
Which would be disguised under the entertainment sector of their company, and so we'd suddenly take up the mantle of what essentially is a video games tester, set to explore Abstergo's newest interest, Caribbean pirates. So, re-entering the Animus, we'd begin to explore the memories of Edward Kenway, a privateer turned pirate turned assassin who in his time in the West Indies uncovered a sage, a human implanted with a significant amount of Isu DNA that would essentially have the mind and soul of said Isu imprinted into their genes. The sage Edward met was a descendant of the Isu Aita, the husband of Juno, and as it so happened, so too was an IT employee at Abstergo Entertainment, John Standish, who'd been sent as a double agent by the assassins to discover information on the company's work. John, however, was also in fact a member of the Instruments of the First Will, a cult dedicated to the revival of Juno in physical form from the grave.
Oh god, there's always another will. There's always another will! Always another greater will to summon Juno. And once again, it is the cult versus the free men.
But thanks to the player character's help, John would be killed before he was able to implement his plan.
Meanwhile, kill the cult leaders, based.
Back in the 18th century, Edward would adopt the Assassin's Creed, dropping his mantle as a pirate and returning to London with his daughter Jennifer before he'd go on to conceive his first son Hatham, who, you know, the father of Connor. It all ties in. John Standish's body would then be used.
Yo, so we really are just following this timeline of assassins. That's what all of Assassin's Creed is. It's the timeline of assassins throughout history who kept the peace and kept preventing all these different fucking cults from reviving these ancient alien gods from wiping out and enslaving humanity. That's such a fucking cool premise to a story. I'm waiting to see how this ties into the Assassin's Creed Shadows in Japan. Like, I'm waiting to see how that works.
By Abstergo to launch the Phoenix Project in an effort to understand the advanced genome of the Isu and eventually create one. The assassins, meanwhile, learning of this project, would break into Abstergo's Paris facility to destroy Standish's body, leaving Abstergo without a foundation in which to execute their plan. This left the assassins and Templars in a tug of war, in which Abstergo would go searching for the bodies of sages, bodies that the assassins would have to prevent from finding in the first place. So the assassin bishop would start.
Whoa, wait. You forgot about Rogue.
I mean, Rogue's entire story is literally Otto Berg's cyberbullying the assassins.
Yeah, cyberbullying the assassins. When fucking assassins out there tweets a picture of himself with a face doing their shit. Some anonymous guy on Twitter calls him a pedophile. And then they just submit completely.
He is dark. He's epic.
Alright.
He's just a French Canadian doing a bad Irish accent.
Incredibly underrated. And frankly, Rogue...
XQC would be a great assassin.
...deserves some respect.
Okay, that's enough from you.
But it is not enough for them to die. I want them to know how weak they truly are. And I want everyone to see them suffer. So on the day they finally meet me, they will welcome the death I offer them.
Holy shit, that's a quote and a half. Brother.
My plan is in motion.
Damn, so legendary of flexes. Flexes so insane, they shall welcome the death. I want to see the Blackbeard clip. Everyone in chat keeps telling me to see. What are we talking about again? Assassin. What do you want me to see? There's a whole lot of specifically the Blackbeard's death. Yikes. Oh, damn!
In a world without gold, we might have been heroes!
Brother. Did he say in a world without gold, we might have been heroes? Shit. Nope. Bruh. That's a crazy line, though. Blackbeard's speech.
Ahoy! Any luck? I found one crate hidden beneath a school of sharks. Sadly, the elixir inside is quite spoiled.
Plague and perish. Will we
All right.
steal medicines now?
Remember the pardon, Thatch. We're to be subtle.
Says Ornagold, a pirate, now too proud to call himself one.
He prefers caution to cannons.
Caution's nothing without charisma.
Whoa!
Or if a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil, and all men will submit.
Oh, fuck!
And would you be the
That's a crazy line!
devil?
I already am.
For an audience. Aye.
Jeez!
All a big show. Give your quarry something to fear. Some hellish thing from a fever dream. And men will drop to their knees, pleading for their lord before all else.
Oh god. Oh god, dude!
Of course it does.
What a legend, dude! The aura on this man!
You can find a quiet way to acquire medicines.
Damn, what a crazy line.
Bishop would begin hacking
Banger dialogue, cool character, insane aura, holy shit.
into Abstergo's Helix server in order to reveal the truth of Abstergo's plan to its users, requesting they search through the memories of various historical figures in order to locate the bodies of certain sages. And so, after coming into contact with the nameless, faceless protagonist of AC Unity, Bishop would send her new initiate into the memories of Arno Victor Dorian, an assassin raised by Templar.
Dude, I love the whole memory sending shit. Like, it really links them so much more than just their actions and their order and their ideology.
In the years of the French Revolution. Arno, after being both inducted into and expelled from the Assassin Order, would discover that the
He was inducted into
Templar Order.
Wait, they just fire assassins? They let them leave? Like, I would think if I was part of some top secret, insanely good assassin order, all right, connecting my memories to this generations of shit, if I would be like, yo guys, I'm out, I would think that they would knock me off, right?
Had been taken over by a sage by the name of Francois Thomas Germain, and with the aid of his high school sweetheart, he would kill Germain, leaving his body to decompose in the catacombs of Paris, to the point where his body would be useless for the Templars.
In Nuxanor, it's now Unity, Assassin's Creed Unity, the Assassin's Creed game which helped to rebuild the Notre Dame
in the modern day. In other words, the story of Assassin's Creed Unity did precisely nothing to move the plot of the series forward.
Oh shit, I hate to hear that. Okay.
Fantastic. Moving on from there, as Bishop, Sean Hastings and Rebecca Crane would begin tracking the Shroud of Eden, a piece of technology with regenerative healing powers, Bishop would go on to send one of their...
Dead game, I can't believe it. Dead game, Assassin's Creed 4 ending scene. Nux, you have to see it. Alright, Assassin's Creed 4 ending scene.
Gentlemen, how do you find it here?
It will work for us, but our goal must be to scatter our operation, to live and work among the people we protect, just as Altair Ben Lahad once counseled.
Well, until that time, it's yours as you see fit.
Captain Woods Rogers survived his wounds. He has since returned to England, shamed and in great debt.
I will finish that job when I return.
Alright, alright.
Evening, Anne.
Is this the right clip?
I'll be sailing for London in the next few months. I'd be a hopeful man if you were beside me.
England's the wrong way around the globe for an Irish woman.
No! Zero bitches. No bitches. Maidenless forever.
Will you stay with the assassins?
No, I haven't got that kind of conviction in my heart.
I like me a woman that knows. It sounded wrong, but I meant it in a positive way.
You?
Well, my mind is settled and my blood is cooled.
Sail ho! Coming into the cove!
You're a good man, Edward. And if you learn to keep settled in one place for more than a week, you'll make a fine father too.
If you were just submissive and breedable, you'd be a great dad.
Of all the money that I have, I spent.
Wait, you wanted me to be here for the song at the end?
Would come and all the harm that I've done.
Oh no, are these all the characters that died on your journey? That's Blackbeard, right? No, by the end of this game, all of his friends died.
Alas, it was to none but
This is like a Bink Sake moment for real, for real. So he saves the day and he ends up needing to walk away from everything. Oh God, just the memories of made on this journey left. Ah, shit.
Initiates into the
That's the price of freedom. God damn.
Memories of both Jacob and Evie Fry, twin assassins from Industria era Crawley, who travelled to London to destabilise the core of Templar power there that was built by Haytham and Reginald Birch almost 100 years before. Over a 6-month span, 6 fucking months, Jacob and Evie would take control of half of London's industries as—
How on earth does that— What? Okay, that doesn't— You can't take over all the industries of England in 6 months, huh?
well as build the most notorious gang in the city, the Rooks. Kill me. This would involve Jacob crashing the world's economy, Evie becoming best mates with Karl Marx, and plenty of other wacky hijinks that eventually led the two to uncover the shroud beneath Buckingham Palace.
Why is this doesn't— Oh, wait. Listen, I don't know anything about the lore aside from this early lore dive for the timeline. We didn't get into the individual character lore and the magic system and all that shit, all right? Maybe we still will if we hit 10,000 likes, who knows? Doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed, right? Assassin's Creed is about doing little acts of good, only existing through your memories. All of a sudden is this— And they crashed the world economy!
And after killing Crawford Starrick, they were able to prevent the Templars getting their hands on it. So, Sean and Rebecca, with the help of the assassin Galina Voronina, made their way to the Shroud's location, only to find the Templars, led by Otto Berg and Violet DaCosta. And after a bit of conflict in the underground crypt, and a non-lethal shot to Rebecca, DaCosta would escape with the Shroud in hand, bringing it back to Abstergo's labs to aid the Templars to create an issue. However, it would be revealed that Violet DaCosta was in fact a member of the Instruments of the First Will. And as Abstergo began to grow bodies, DaCosta looked to reincarnate the soul of Juno in a fully fledged form.
Hello? That's so— Like, I get that the Templars are kind of this cult that wants to revive these ancient godlike creatures that created humanity and stuff, but this seems just extremely on the nose. Until here, they were just kind of looking for these Eden fragments and shit. Slowly but surely trying to put the pieces together. This kind of feels like— Alright, so there's this random MacGuffin shit that just revives them.
Hello? It's me. Brought the shroud as you asked, but I'm scared.
Do not fear me. You've done well.
What? Where's the mystery? Until this point in Assassin's Creed, one of the things I loved about the supernatural aspects of it is that they were super mysterious. Only certain assassins were able to link up to things throughout memories. Now everyone just gets these voodoo fucking insane revelations and shit.
Scared of you. I'm scared for you. Anyone finds out what you've been doing.
You have played your part, my instrument. I will save you. I will save you all.
That's not fucked. That's not— Holy shit. That's scary.
A few years later,
That's incredibly scary.
Abstergo would send Layla Hassan,
I don't want some vindictive god to liberate us. That doesn't sound good at all.
member of the historical tactical team, to Egypt to uncover a piece of Eden that the Templars considered valuable. At some point in the years preceding this, Layla, in an attempt to prove herself to Abstergo, developed a version of the Animus that would allow her to read damaged DNA, even of people who weren't related to her. We don't know how, we don't entirely know why, but we do know that this Animus was portable, and so when she discovered the burial site of Bayek of Siwa, she would explore the memories of an ancient Egyptian Magi, just before the turn of the millennia. Bayek, after losing his son to a mysterious cult known as the Order of the Ancients, would go on a revenge mission with his wife Aya, and after the two came in contact with Cleopatra, they'd be tasked with eliminating the Order's presence from the country, as to allow her to take complete power from her brother Ptolemy. Bayek and Aya would carry out this hunt, before eventually Cleopatra, alongside Caesar and Apollodorus, would betray them, leading them
Politicians, am I right? Caesar and Cleopatra.
To realize that they needed to stand for something besides those in power, that they needed a creed that was higher than any nation state.
Higher than a nation state. So they made the Illuminati.
Hold on. I was wrong. I am responsible.
Oh shit.
When my boy died, I fought back with rage and anger. But this only made them stronger.
Bro spitting.
We are all different. But we fought together to put Cleopatra on the throne. Now this was a mistake, my friends. But at least it brought us together.
Yes! Wow, I love this guy. Wait a second. This guy's awesome. Sometimes violence isn't always the answer to violence. Sometimes we have to recognize what we did is already in the past and use what we learned about it to move towards the future. Yes, we shouldn't have put Cleopatra on the throne because she betrayed us, but we are here now. What do we do now?
Now our enemies are hidden behind crowns, walking in the shadows of kings and queens. Who are the ones that walk in the shadows for the people?
That's an assassin, baby!
Yeah. Something has come of all of this, and it starts right now. We must continue the fight and defend the free will of the people. And no matter how small, our brotherhood is the only hope, and our kingdom needs no crowns. What we believe in, our values, our creed, will unify us.
It's almost like that's why it's called Assassin's Creed or something.
And I promise that for all the songs of Egypt,
let's fucking go.
I will be the father I was not that day in Siwa.
Damn.
And so by
Yo, that guy's fucking awesome. Holy shit.
and Io would establish the Hidden Ones, a precursor to the Levantine assassins that would be spread into Rome and Eastern Europe by Io, who would travel to strike the first blow in the assassination of Caesar. As Layla awoke from the
Wait, so in the Assassin's Creed lore, Caesar was assassinated by this group of assassins? Oh shit. Men do not need kings, meager people that hide behind and steal their freedom.
memories, she was confronted by a man who claimed to be William Miles, although as you can see, it's clearly not William Miles, is it? Like, come on, that's different, man. After meeting her for only a minute though, William would offer her a place amongst the assassins, which she understandably took after Abstergo murdered her girlfriend. At this point, Desmond's illegitimate son Elijah Miles, a sage who had been captured by the Templars, was being used by the Instruments of the First Will, who in 2018 broke into Abstergo's labs in an attempt to reincarnate Juno using Elijah's DNA. This reincarnation was a success, meaning the main antagonist of the series, the goddess who had been planning her return,
You're showing me naked comic pictures on the fucking way,
and her enslavement of humanity for 10 years, had been fully revived.
They revived this god lady? In a comic book? No. There's no, wait. Actual game lore was revealed in a comic book? Whatever happened to Show Don't Tell? I don't understand. They have this whole game, they made 10 games. Why did you need to reveal this lore in a comic?
Because the assassin Charlotte Dela Cruz would then go on to kill Juno.
Oh god, are you joking? This is a god!
In that very same comic book.
So they revived Juno successfully, a god creature that created humanity and could destroy the world, and an assassin killed her. This is all canon in the comic.
So the main story of a 9-game series.
It was resolved. It was all this time. The assassins are trying their best to not get Juno revived because she can mind control the people. But in a comic, it reveals how she actually is revived and just gets killed.
Resolved in a piece of side media that most people didn't even know existed.
I am calling bullshit. Are you joking me? 10 games trying to stop the Juno from awakening and mind enslaving the people. Just in some random side media comic? They succeed to revive her and Assassin just kills her, problem solved, it's over. So what's the rest of Assassin's Creed about? I can't believe that they did that. That's such a slap in the face. This is worse than Darth Plagueis sitting in the cuck cave watching the Acolyte people making out.
It's at this point where the mainline games entirely broke all semblance of lore the series had to create an absolutely laughably bad, entirely nonsensical, incomprehensible game as Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, this is why people are upset at Assassin. Oh, Lord.
And for that, I will never forgive Ubisoft, but alas. Layla works with the Assassins, finds the Spear of Leonidas, relives Cassandra's memories, eventually meets Cassandra, who is wearing a Savile Row-tailored suit, gets the Staff of Hermes passed onto her, which grants her immortality. She kills Victoria Babo, paralyzes Otto Berg. Why did the game that entirely ignored the lore of the modern day also have a fuck ton of important modern day content?
I am so confused. So this stick makes you immortal and then...
That's all that happened.
Oh. Cassandra's in the time of King Leonidas. Yeah, I got that.
Nothing else matters in Odyssey.
Well, this really feels like it doesn't connect to the rest of the plot. Even if it's a good game in a vacuum, you have to recognize... Like, I hate the idea that people today decide that let's just attach this to a famous IP because it'll get us clicks, even though we're not really respecting the lore. Precursors to the Templars. So she fought the precursors to the Templars, and Bayek was her great-grandson. Obviously, they're assassins. They all have great-grandchildren that are assassins. That's literally how this whole thing works. That's the whole lore. It's this familial line that shares memories and stuff.
Let's forget about it. By early 2020, the effect of the global Aurora Borealis machine that Desmond activated back in 2012 had become near catastrophic, with the Earth's magnetic field getting 50 times stronger, leading to mass radiation and interference with communication signals that caused many satellites
and that is how Assassin's Creed became Fallout, baby.
To be taken out of orbit and to fall from the sky.
Who needs the old lore? We can make a new one. I mean, good point, but then they should just make a new game. Make a new game! It doesn't need to be Assassin's Creed. It's like, it's so... However, none of the characters from the original Mario games are in this game. It's all completely new characters. The great-great-grandchildren of Mario. And it's just a totally different fucking game. But they put Mario on it as a label. There are no Pokemon in this because for whatever reason, this is past COVID-19 and all the Pokemon died in COVID. So it's Pokemon, there are no Pokemon in it. Like at that point, just call your game something else. Even if it's a good game, it's not Pokemon.
After Layla joined a team consisting of Sean Hastings and Rebecca Crane, they received a cryptic message that led them to a Norse grave in North America, where Layla would begin reliving the memories of Eivor Varinsdottir, a Viking that fought under Sigurd Styrbjornsson's Raven clan in England after he lost his throne in Norway. Building a village named Ravensthorpe, Eivor and Sigurd, with the help of the Hidden Ones Basim, would traverse...
This is Valhalla, right? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Again, I heard this game was good, but the lore made... Oh, maybe the game just sucks.
Occupying territories and making alliances with kings across the counties of England. It seemed Basim, with his student Hytham, had travelled to England to dismantle the Order of the Ancients, and whilst Eivor aids them in that effort, it's made clear that Basim has ulterior motives. This is due to Basim, along with Eivor and Sigurd, all being reincarnates of various Isu, who used the
how they tie Valhalla in because they're all descendants of these aliens. That is the laziest shit I've ever seen in the world. And they're Vikings? What are they, sneaking around in bushes as Vikings? How does that happen?
The seventh method.
Oh, it's Assassin's Creed, but no stealth.
Of salvation to imprint their souls onto human beings.
They're not aliens, they're super advanced ancient humans. Every time I describe them, one of you guys are going to disagree with me. So I'm going to call the ESO whatever the fuck I want to call the ESO, okay? All right? They're these super advanced ancient human alien gods, okay? And shut the hell up. It doesn't matter. The point is it's a mystery. The first bunch of Assassin's Creed games in this lore dive established that we don't know anything about them. We have hints and mysteries, and their machinations are beyond our understanding, and they want to enslave the minds of humanity because we are nothing to them. That is who they are. These mysterious, incredibly powerful entities that we are scared of. And it's, nah, bro, they were Vikings all along.
DNA. This method, referred to as the Mead when Eivor relives the memories of Odin, was a last-ditch effort to prevent the Isu's extinction, with certain Isu using similar technology that Juno used to imprint Aita's DNA onto humans.
So all the gods and all the different mythologies are just different embodiments of these Iso people that are invading people's minds to try to revive them to destroy humanity? It just made this such a basic plot instead of the mystery that it was. So Assassin's Creed started off as a story about this group of assassins fighting throughout the generations against oppression, against oppressive governments and tyrannical rulers to give freedom to the people. It all stems from this ancient war of these Iso that enslaved humanity, and Adam and Eve were the first humans to break out of the mind enslavement of the Iso, okay? That's the backdrop, but it's all hidden in mystery and shit. Ultimately, this is about people helping people from people. What has this franchise turned into? I am not someone that's invested in the Assassin's Creed games because I haven't played all of them, okay? I am doing the lore dive because I, Lord Nuxanor, will consume all lore. But this doesn't even feel like the same shit that I was just looking at. The people that have played these games and gotten invested in the stories and characters must be furious.
Including Odin, Freya, and Tyr, to create reincarnations of themselves, which end up being Eivor, Svala, Sigurd, and Basim, respectively. After these Isu had left imprints of their DNA, Loki would break into the facility and use the machine to imprint his own DNA, which of course would lead him to be reincarnated as Basim. Loki's goal, to get revenge on Odin for the death of his son. Sigurd, meanwhile...
So the entire story of Assassin's Creed Valhalla is these different ancient alien god superhumans reincarnating into different worlds to fuck each other over? This is a total other lore. This is a totally different game. Oh my god. So what is the creed of the assassins in this game? This isn't Assassin's Creed anymore. This is spiteful chaos gods fighting with each other over time and space. This is a whole other ass thing. This is what Assassin's Creed would look like if it was taking place in the warp of Warhammer.
is set on what he calls fulfilling his destiny, which leads him and Eivor to the Yggdrasil, the Life Tree, an Isu site in Norway that allows the user to live on in a simulation of their liking, which for Eivor and Sigurd is represented by their vision of Valhalla. Entering Valhalla, Eivor and Sigurd find themselves in a constant recurring battle for glory, where none of their wounds last longer than a day and they're allowed to fight and feast to their heart's content. Eivor though would recognize this simulation as a lie and fight to break Odin's control of her mind, with both her and Sigurd breaking out of the simulation. Outside of the Life
is the only overlap hidden blades on their
tree, Basim would appear to take Sigurd hostage, and Eivor and Basim would fight.
Like, this is a decent concept in a vacuum. This game doesn't exist in a vacuum. This isn't called Reincarnated Gods Valhalla, okay? It just doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't know anything about Assassin's Creed. The poor fans! Imagine being a fan of this franchise!
Each other until eventually.
See, this is why I do the lore dives, because when I hear people talking about how the game fell off and shit, like, I believe them ultimately, but I don't feel their pain. That's why I need to do the lore dives. See, like the whole female Custodes thing with the Warhammer lore, and then I started doing all the Warhammer lore and started really loving that franchise. Like, I have a totally different perspective of it than I did the first time I heard any of it.
Basim would be locked into the Life Tree, and Eivor would return to England to take control of the Raven clan. Outside of the Animus, Layla would travel to the Isu Vault in Norway to attempt to find a way to slow down the continually increasing magnetism of the Aurora Borealis. She'd be taken into the Life Tree, accidentally dropping the staff of Hermes that was protecting her from the radiation of the vault.
She accidentally dropped the staff that's keeping her alive?
In the simulation, Layla would discover a liminal space where she'd find Basim, who with the complete Isu network of data, was able to see across time to send the message to Layla. He would
Assassin's Creed. It's about taking down dictators and stopping the magnetic fields of the earth from getting too strong with my immortality stick.
Present Layla with a pedestal that, if activated, would, at least temporarily, slow down the Aurora Borealis, which, despite working, would also release Basim out of the tree and send Layla into the Grey, where she would discover the soul of Desmond Miles, left only as a glowing silhouette called the Reader.
They're bringing Desmond back in this? They're bringing Desmond back now? Bro, I feel like this game is just a totally different story ever since Desmond died.
Previous 8 years, Desmond had been reading countless possible outcomes in which the catastrophe never happened, with no
This is fan service. I've never seen fan service this fan servicey.
success. Layla, however, would suggest a new idea, in which the two scour possible timelines in which Desmond allowed the 2012 catastrophe to happen, to see whether any of the surviving humans would have found a way to break the node and prevent the catastrophe from happening again. Realizing that she had dropped the staff and would now be a victim of lethal radiation, Layla makes the decision to stay with Desmond to aid him in uncovering a timeline that would prevent the world's end.
Let's go. And the two of them read history together. Fucking become Doctor Strange 2 and 3, looking through the hundreds of thousands of future timelines to decide what the best thing would be for humanity. Let's go, let's go. That's what Assassin's Creed is all about. I'm a little shocked, to be honest, that they had a gold mine and they squandered it.
Thank you for your insights, Layla.
It's only the beginning. We have a lot of data to sift through.
Are you staying?
Until we find something useful, I will. I don't want this to happen ever again.
You may not have much time, Layla. The machine is powered down, but the radiation, it will linger for decades. By my calculations, you have 73 seconds before your exposure is lethal.
I'm not worried. I have the Staff of Eden. It heals and protects.
Didn't she drop it?
No. You do not.
What? How?
Because she dropped it?
Of course.
Of course.
Fuck. Alright.
Is it because she dropped it? Is that the whole thing? I have the Staff of Eden. I'll be fine. You're a fucking idiot.
We'll find a solution together. However long it takes. And if that means I can never leave, so be it.
Nice.
I owe this to the people I hurt. The people I love.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
Let's get going, huh? A few billion timelines might take a while.
It will. But it will not feel like it. That is what I like about this place.
This feels so weird. This feels like such a different fucking game. And then they live in Doctor Strange world, sifting through billions of timelines to figure out what the best reality would be. At least they have company.
Meanwhile, outside of the Grey, Basim would be revived by the Staff of Hermes, which would be revealed to house the soul of Alethea, Loki's wife, which was apparently their plan the entire time.
No, it was not their plan the entire time. This staff changed hands 14 times that had nothing to do with these Vikings. There is no way that was their... You can't just take credit for this stuff. Yeah, guys, and I was the one who assassinated John F. Kennedy. Get out of here with this.
Honestly, you could...
All planned, my ass cheeks. Sure, yeah, yeah, likely story.
Call this contrived, but looking at this series, contrived villain plans are kind of its entire foundation.
But at least the contrived villain plans until this point were... There were humans with contrived plans to fuck over more humans, and the assassins, other humans, would save the first humans. What is this? What is this? Brother, this is a contrived villain plan. This is just the most unlikely shit I've ever seen in the universe.
Basim...
You can't just have something coincidentally work out and say it was all part of my plan. That's not okay.
Dressed like a Discord mod.
Juno and Minerva had some pretty crazy plans. Yeah, I guess so, sure.
Returns to Sean and Rebecca and goes on to request a meeting with the mentor of the assassins, William Miles. But again, it's not William Miles, is it? And then we had Mirage, which would resolve none of these modern day plot points. Now, Mirage was a solid game, however, it did little in the way of progressing the main story of this series. We jump back a few decades from
What main story? At this point, is there a main story of this series?
Valhalla to see Basim ibn Ishaq, a young orphan thief in Baghdad, who alongside his best friend Nahal would break into a palace to discover a memory seal, the like we'd seen in Revelations. This would eventually lead Basim to be captured, only to be rescued by master assassin Roshan, who would bring Basim to the legendary Alamut castle to be trained in the ways of the Hidden Ones. If you didn't know, Alamut is the stronghold from which the real-life Hashashian would exist, and its inclusion in Mirage is a beautiful hint to the origins of this entire series.
Oh shit.
During this time,
awesome, I love that. Okay, this seems pretty cool, right?
Basim would face horrifying visions of a genie, an evil spirit that resided in him that we of course know to be the soul of Loki, reincarnated into this novice assassin. This spirit would draw Basim towards the vault beneath Alamut's interior, which also happens to hold the memory seals.
Wait, so now all the assassins have these gods reincarnated into them to push them into the courses of history
that we see both in this game.
I thought this would be kind of explaining how the assassins group came to be.
And in Revelations. Altair would discover this vault years later in his journey to Alamut, which allowed him to warn Ezio and subsequently Desmond of the second Topa catastrophe. When these games get the writing right, they are so fucking good.
That's pretty fun.
The Hidden Ones...
That is pretty cool. This game that was created 10 years earlier. 10 years earlier. They discovered the shit, and this shows you how it happens. That clicks super nicely. I don't know if I like the reincarnated Loki shtick, but other than that, this looks pretty cool.
And Mirage predominantly act to safeguard the vault, and it's a landmark Roshan even hides away from Basim, as she sees the spirit of Loki within him, and makes efforts to make Basim forget his past life. Roshan understood that considering the Order of the Ancients' Isu supremacist ideals, Basim could act in great benefit to the assassin's greatest enemies, and her dogmatic approach to the Creed clouds her ability to see the potential knock-on effects of hiding the truth from Basim, allowing her fear to supersede her logic, in the exact same way Odin's fear of Fenrir and Ragnarok acted to potentially ruin any chance of preventing it. However, after acting
I see that. I like that idea that sometimes fear prevents you from taking the right course of action. That's pretty cool.
Assassin duties in Baghdad, Basim led the fanatical Order of the Ancients to Alamut to uncover the vault, forcing Basim to cut down Roshan to enter, where he discovers Nahal, the human counterpart of his genie, who reveals to him the suffering and torture he faced in his past life. Loki, as we see in Valhalla, was a victim of alienation, and the act of Roshan standing against Basim seems to act as a catalyst for his embracing of his darker past, as the neglect and lack of trust that drives Loki in Valhalla is faced almost exactly by Basim, pushing him to become the manipulative and isolated figure we see by the time Valhalla comes around. As he's faced...
That's pretty cool writing. That's pretty freaking cool. You have to admit it, that Loki was a betrayed piece of shit, and once he started possessing someone, that guy ended up betrayed. It does show you how it leads him down this path of becoming this manipulative asshole. I still don't like the idea that Loki's around possessing people and shit. It's the main focus of the story instead of, Assassin's Creed. Character writing wise, that's pretty freaking cool.
Faced with the realities of who he is, Basim is able to banish the genie and reclaim both parts of his soul, putting into action the plan to avenge Loki's son by hunting down Eivor.
This memory I buried of this place, this prison, the torture I suffered here, it festered for years. darkness and dreams, masked as a jinni, to haunt me and hollow me until it consumed my waking life. But I have faced my past, my pain, embraced it. I shed my skin once, in another time, another place. But I am whole again. I remember. And as for those who thought to bind me, should any of them still walk the earth, I so look forward to our reunion.
Damn.
But until that day, a new world awaits.
In the decades following these events...
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, character writing wise. Again, I feel like they so lost the plot when it comes, like they are on a completely other course of history at this point.
Roshan would travel to England to recover a scroll from an Order member with the help of Eivor, which she would then take to Jerusalem to plant the seeds of the Assassin Brotherhood we see in AC1. This, though, is left...
So that's how it happened. The Brotherhood really starts off after just the very, very beginning of this assassin mind-sharing shit.
And perhaps we'll have the opportunity to see this elaborated on in the next chapter of this franchise. Perhaps in Shadows, we'll see the overarching story of Assassin's Creed make a return and progress in some kind of meaningful way. But based on the trailer we've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if Valhalla stands as the final chapter of that story and Mirage stands as an epilogue, rounding out one saga of the series. Going forward, I see the series almost starting anew. Everything we know so far will be washed over. The stories of Desmond, Elijah, Juno, Layla, Basim, they are done. And now it's time for a new story to be told.
That is kind of what I want to see the trailer to Shadows, because from what I heard about Shadows, none of it looked like that at all.
Did your father ever tell you why my bones ache in the weather? War. Their soldiers killed everyone.
Okay.
I do not fear our enemy. They talk of peace and dream of war.
Alright. At least this looks assassin-y. This doesn't look like gods fighting each other in new bodies. Oh, this is the gameplay trailer, not the reveal trailer. Talking about then?
Who are you?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
All I have ever known in my life. Our cusp burns in the name of unification.
Okay. Anyway.
We are the shadows
that serve the light.
We are the shadows that serve the light. That's a quote and a half. But anyway, at least you could go stealthy mode. At least it kind of feels assassin-ish. Is the idea, because Yasuke was originally brought to Japan as a slave, right? So is it possible that the idea is that this assassin, he was already part of the assassins before he was brought to Japan, and then they captured him, brought him to Japan. He was an epic fighter, so he became one of the people working for Nobunaga. Is it possible that that's the lore? Because if so, that's not so bad. I don't know, bro. I guess only time will tell, ultimately. But that, if they go that angle, it's not. But dude, hunt in the shadows to serve the light? Oh, fuck, that's bad. Oh, Lord, is that not good. But anyway, I guess we'll see where this goes. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I think that it's kind of insulting that they're gonna make the first Assassin's Creed game take place in Japan and not have a Japanese main character. A little wild. But, hey, it's Ubisoft, and stay weird, fam. This has been the Assassin's Creed lore. Let me know what's next. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.